The member from Sibley, Representative Gruenhagen.
Oh, thank you, Madam Speaker and members. Yeah, I woke up Saturday morning with a head cold, and that's why I haven't been on the floor the last few days. It's quite a bit better today, but just want to let you know that. I guess it is kind of fitting that I speak after Representative Moran, because her and I came in together, and I've appreciated her perspective on issues, although we haven't always agreed. I'd like to start also by thanking my previous LAs and my current LAs, especially Cindy. They've just done a great job of trying to make me look better. And I know they've had their hands full at times. I also want to thank my wife for her support and prayers and her faithfulness in holding down the home fires and encouraging and supporting me as a state representative. You know, I've had a lot of memorable moments at the House of Representatives. I'll concentrate on just one. And that one happens to involve Majority Leader Ryan Winkler. Quite a few sessions ago, the first time it came up, it had bipartisan support to pass national popular vote, which I strongly oppose because it would move us to a mob democracy versus a republic based on God-given rights. After it was presented on a bipartisan basis, I got up and I kind of blasted it as unconstitutional and contrary to the founding principles of our country. When I sat down, the next speaker was Representative Winkler. And I always remember his words because they tickled my fancy quite a bit. He started off by saying, "I find myself in the awkward position of agreeing with Representative Glenn Gruenhagen, however, for different reasons." And in the end, we were able to defeat the national popular vote coming forward. And I even had one longtime Democratic member come up to me afterwards and said, "Glenn, you're the great uniter. You brought the extreme left and the extreme right together to defeat NPV." So that's one of the memories I'll always have, having served in the House. Secondly, one of the things I want to leave you with is we can't grow government faster than population in the private sector. You know, when you grow government from 2010 at 29 billion general fund to over 52 billion, that's over a 75% growth rate. And when you grow government faster than the private sector, regardless of your intentions, you do more damage than good, because obviously the private sector has to carry the weight of the cost of government. So we do have to have a governor, because requests are unlimited. And I would seriously encourage both sides of the aisle to seriously think about putting a governor. I brought an amendment forward. We didn't vote on it, but it would restrain government growth and spending based on population and economic growth. Remember, we need to leave something behind for our children and grandchildren. And I believe this will create a better Minnesota for all of us going forward. Another area that I want to be clear on, just in case anybody's confused, I do not believe in climate change or global warming, okay? I think it's an unscientific UN scam, and I will continue to oppose it. The other thing I'd leave you with is that, you know, in the 90s, they cracked the genetic code. And do your research. And what they found, there was no gene that could cause one animal to change into another animal. What that means is we are one race, the human race. Now, we're different ethnic groups, but that does mean that you're all related to me, which I know that gives some of you heartburn, but that happens to be the scientific and biological fact. Remember the words of John Adams, one of our founding fathers. Our Constitution was made only for a moral and a religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other. You know, as far as your ranking, in my life's experience, I would say the state representative is ahead of my school board experience, but it's behind my jail ministry experience. Okay, so that's kind of where it fits in. And I do have one request, Madam Chair. And, you know, I've been in a lot of divisive meetings in my political career and public service career. I know that's kind of hard for some of you to believe, but that has been the case. But one of the things I found is that at the end of a meeting, if we sang, regardless of our differences, if we sang God Bless America, it tended to have a unifying effect on all of us. So I would ask, Madam Chair, that at the end of these testimonies on retirement, that the House would sing God Bless America, and if possible, Representative Keel would lead us off. With that, members, God bless you. And I've enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you. And let's pray that God will bless our state and nation, and that we can again build a better future for our children and grandchildren. Thank you.